The first step in moving pipe and drape in order to fit the divider between the room and MP6 is to shift all the poles a little bit to the left so that when you take it down, there's enough room that it can shift over to the left. The next step is to detach in the middle of the room and insert the extra pole found in closet in MP6. After that, there will be two divided pipe and drape going along the glass walls in MP6, large enough for the divider to fit through. When putting together the stage, it's really important to notice how all the notches are on each piece. So, on each side of each stage piece, there'll be one with notches and latches that look just like that, and one flat. So to put everything together, you want to line it all up so that each flat side can fit right into the latches. By pulling down the latch, this piece will come down and fit right into place. After that, all that's left to do is to add skirting to the stage to make it look neat and professional. When setting up or tearing down events in the Ark in any building, you may notice that some of the tables might be dirty. If this is the case, don't set it up dirty or put it away dirty. We want everything to look professional and as clean as possible. So in each room, there's going to be a bottle of cleaning solution and a blue rag. If not, they'll be found behind members' services. And like Ernest just showed us, clean every table.
Okay, so we're going to do some cord wrapping today. So to start off with cord wrapping, you're going to take your cable, and you're going to want to take the open end, and place it over your fingers just like so. Now, for long cords, you're going to want to do about an arm's length. For short cords, you're only going to do just about 6 inches, maybe a foot when you're trying to coil these up. So first what you're going to do is you're going to take your cable, hold it just like this, take your other hand, and just kind of do just about that long, about cord in between. On your left hand, you're going to want to take it, you're going to want your back of your hand facing up, and you're going to want the cable between your thumb and the tips of your other fingers. What you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb with the cord in it, push it out until you feel the cord kind of flip over in your hand, and just bring it over just like so. Just like that. So, for the second part, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want your hand facing up, just like so. Do about the same length that you pulled for your last loop. Take the cord, put it right there between your tips of your fingers and your thumb. This time you're going to want your thumb coming in towards you until you feel it flip over. And then from there you're going to want to flip it, just like that, so you get a nice cross, just like so. Then you're going to bring that loop right over your other hands. Now sometimes you'll see it like this, it will be tangled up a little bit. That's fine, that happens, just the cords have been corded so many different ways. Just take your hand and just kind of put it out so you get your nice even loops. And then when all is said and done, on every cord, you will see a Velcro strap. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to take the Velcro strap, wrap around the cord. Now I'm not going to finish wrapping this cord because this video would be 10 to 15 minutes long. But anyways, so imagine that the rest of the cord is wrapped. You can see here my loops are relatively all the same size. They're not going to be exactly perfect, but try to get them as close as possible. And there you go. Alright, microphone check, mic 1, 2, good, we're all good to go.
It's a lot of fun. You get to work with technical equipment, setting it up, tearing it down. I like working with computers and electronics a lot, so it's a perfect fit for me.
I think EMs are important for multiple reasons. I think from a user perspective, oftentimes people don't know what the potential issues or things that could come up. So one of the major roles for EMs is troubleshooting, and that can be from a risk management perspective, if that's identifying that there's an exposed wire and you need to cover it with a carpet square, or monitoring capacities to make sure that we don't exceed what the room capacity is from a fire safety perspective. Obviously a major one is also customer service. I think that can be anything from just simply interacting and meeting with the patrons, but customer service also could include making sure that the equipment's ready to go for them, because oftentimes they come to events and they're a little nervous with how things are going to go, and they want to make sure that we've prepped everything to the full potential for their use. I also think EMs are super important from just a campus rec perspective. Events have a big impact on the facility, and I think the EM plays that role to kind of facilitate issues between event management and also facility management in terms of parking lot issues, if patrons are becoming unruly, if we notice that there's an intoxicated person at an event. The list can go on, but I think their role as the liaison between facilities and events is super beneficial. I think the event manager, when they're on the shift, it can kind of be all over the place in terms of what your experience might be like. The initial contact you make with a person hosting an event is just general introduction, and then it's always good to familiarize them with the equipment, give them tips of how to use microphones, things that they can expect with the HVAC system. For example, if they're in a gym, that there's always going to be the loud kind of overhead sounds going on. I also think a lot of what you do is troubleshooting. So sometimes it could seem like you're not really fulfilling anything or doing something while you're there, but that's kind of technically a good thing. That means there's no issues arising. I think what separates a good EM from an excellent EM is what they do in their downtime. There's always times that we can walk around the facility, make sure that random tables and chairs are now, that some of our day-to-day reservations that may not require an event manager are also going smoothly. Making sure that we have downtime. We always have tons of dirty tables. That's also an opportunity to make sure that those are getting cleaned and that all the closets have the proper equipment in them as well.
My favorite thing has got to be the people. Just from working on shifts and in the office, it's awesome to find out about so many new people and meet everyone and work with them. And also free food.
My favorite part working for event management is just doing shifts with a bunch of your coworkers. It's kind of like working with your friends. You can have a lot of fun at the same time as getting work done.
So my favorite campus rec moments have been at Lead On, which is a convention for only campus rec employees, and it's in our region, which is a good amount of the Big Ten schools. And so you go to a weekend convention and you get to travel and go see other campuses and go to a bunch of different seminars, and then they talk about what you can do to improve as an employee, as a person, to improve your programs at Campus Rec. And again, it just really expands on what you can do in other fields, because most of us are student employees that don't plan on going into Campus Rec. And so it's a really cool weekend to interact with a bunch of other students that are working in Campus Rec and looking to do other things.
So, the great part about working at event management, the friendships that I built with these guys, we got real close, we have fun together, so it's all laughs from the part, so we get the job done. My favorite part about the job is the late night dances. You get an opportunity to work with a lot of your co-workers that you may not work with during a regular schedule. You also get an opportunity to do something that you really enjoy. It puts you in a spot where they feel like you can be most comfortable. So it's very interesting. You build a lot of professional skills via the late night dances. And we get free cookies. Like, to add on to what you said, a lot of the skills that we learn, for example, management skills, all of that is just great for any future professional job.
Probably the late night dances, just working security or anywhere in the dance all night long, hanging out with your coworkers. It's interesting and also a lot of fun.
I'd honestly have to say that my favorite party, probably the most fun I've had on the ship, was when Ryan and I here broke the record for setting up Crue the fastest. We did a good job and everything, but it was nice to get it done fastest and then be able to write on the ship report, this is how we do this, We got it done in, 22 minutes? Something that takes, an hour normally for all the other people on this staff, like Philly people. Yeah, I like to take my time and really, put my heart into my work. So that's why it takes me a little bit longer. But honestly, every day I love.
My favorite part is probably when you finish your shift early, like we did, and there's boxes of pizza waiting for you. You just take it back to the snack room, chill at lunch, get paid for it.
We don't do that all the time, though. That's rare.
Sometimes.
Every once in a while when we deserve it. Yeah, after a regular meal. I agree.
Campus recreation has taught me pretty much everything, every skill that you need to go into a different job, as far as working in a team, working in the offices, working with people that are of all emotions as far as being in events. They're either super happy or really upset or stressed. So any transferable skill that I need to go into a different job, Campus Rec has definitely improved on, if not taught me fully.
I've learned to manage my time very well thanks to event management, just working within a set time limit for different events. And
it might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, we can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Perfect.
Woo! 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 Yay!
That's it.